That was Nora Money's discus in the air. She likes it. 57.93 was round number 3 for her. A foul in round 4. We will see what round 5. Nora Money, already the Cameroonian national record holder, keeps that effort. Her third round went 57.93. We will move into our current podium.
Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today is Saturday, May 10th, and I have a full day of training. I normally write down everything that I'm planning to do on that day before I get started. So what I have programmed today is prehab and some throwing, which also includes some track work. Yeah, the fun fact is I actually keep a nail file in my wallet because I like to keep my nails shaped and textured in a certain way. And sometimes even when I'm training in practice, I'll tape up just my fingertips just so I can preserve my nails' longevity, honestly. Anyways, let's get right into the prehab work that I'm doing. Right now I'm holding this bar, which is probably about 10 kilograms. It's much lighter than the normal barbell, and I have 2 hula hoops attached to it. So what this is doing is engaging my core in some type of crazy way. I can't even really describe it. You would really have to try it out and see it for yourself. Shout out to Auntie Irene for the gift card she gave me to TJ Maxx for Christmas. She doesn't even know this, but this is basically a gift from her. I walked into the store and this dress jumped out at me and I was like, it's mine. This is a gift from my auntie and I love it so much. I always try to see a gift card that's more than just a card with like money on it. It's like, you got to remember somebody took the time to actually get you that. So whatever comes from that, it's nice to remember them for it, like you would any other gift. Okay, I'm gonna just describe the movement to the best of my ability. So first of all, just being able to stabilize on one leg is actually probably one of the bigger challenges in this, just being able to stabilize and stay upright with my posture as well. And also try and keep my knee up and my toe up as well in dorsiflexion. That's probably the most difficult part, is just being able to hold that posture while keeping this thing spinning, over my head and keeping it, flowing, because they both have to be synchronized in order for it to work. Now here's the elevated level. After that, it's a lunge and a walk with it over my head, still keeping the same principle of keeping my knee up, keeping my toe up as well. So it is very, very core engaging, and it's a bit of like a different cardio as well, because since you are contracting so many things at the same time, your body has to work really, really hard in order to make what you're trying to do happen. The foot has to be as connected to the ground as possible. I feel like that is where your focus is, or at least for me, that's where my focus is doing all this stuff, is my feet. And I'm actually wearing these toe spacers. I don't know if you can see them, but they space out even to my pinky toe that normally doesn't get used that much. Lately, I've been calling it keeping 10 toes down, or trying to keep 10 toes down, which is obviously going to be 5 and 5, 5 for the right, 5 for the left, but that's how I see it in my head. Just every time I make ground contact, it needs to be a full contact with all of my toes at the same time, and I believe that kind of helps me when I'm in the circle as well, because if there's one thing I've learned, honestly, about being a thrower at the professional level, it's about the amount of precision athletes actually have at the elite level with their ankles and with their feet. The amount of precision that they have is, it's incredible. It's really incredible when you pay attention to it. That's especially with hammer throw and with the discus as well. It's a lot about that ground contact that you make. So I pay attention to that. Okay, on to the next one. This one is another thing. I really actually love how this feels. It's like almost the same as the entry kind of feels with the discus. So yeah, it's like loosening up my hip in a positive way and in a different range of motion than it normally would on a day-to-day basis. Like it usually moves in a lateral plane, and this one crosses really the sagittal plane as well as that transverse plane as well. What I also appreciate about doing prehab is that it's also a mental challenge as well. So it's movements like this take so much focus and concentration in order to be able to do that, because most of the time I'm on one foot. So first of all, you have to be able to concentrate and just be balanced on one foot at the same time. That's the hardest challenge of it all. And then everything else after that, the challenge of the medicine ball being a certain, weight that I can utilize as kind of like a counterbalance as well. And then just being even like on this softer pad is another balance feature. I could be on a flat floor surface, but that just makes it a little bit tougher. So is he right there in the back in the gym. He's also on the pad surface. And then he switches it up as well as do I on the regular surface. Track athletes. I believe he represents France. I need to ask him when I see him again. I believe he represents France, and that he's one of the top athletes, and also happens to train here at the club. So the atmosphere in the club is really pleasant, and that's one of the things I kind of appreciate about being able to be in places like France and train, because I do get to be surrounded with some people that are kind of just as passionate as I am about what they do. So that's always nice. A lot of people ask me, why you train by yourself? Even here at the club, I train by myself, but I am encouraged by other people being here, and I do train by myself when I'm living a nomadic lifestyle. So honestly, it's just what works out for me at this point. So sometimes I just prefer it, but still do enjoy some things about the company. I'm respectful about it though. Like if somebody else is there training, we're training together. I'm used to that type of environment from how I grew up throwing. So training camps around the world are really nice as well. Before here, I was in Oklahoma, Throwstown, and there were so many like-minded athletes around me. It was so cool. So cool to be around that type of energy. Yeah, that's a huge blessing in my life, is I get to be around people that are so in-depth and creative and care about and respect their craft so much, to be disciplined and to love it as well. Minutes into the video, we have arrived at the last portion of my prehab workout, and this is the spinal engine movement training that I've been doing that has been keeping my spine feeling very healthy. It's a really difficult core engagement, especially for me, still on my road to recovery to 100% from my injury that I had, which was my psoas. It was like overuse, an overuse injury in my psoas. But what a deep muscle group to attack, you know? Like it's been really tough because it hurts your back and your hips as well. For me, it just feels like I was never able to hold my own core again once after I hurt my psoas. So it's really a tough injury. Now I'm onto the track, making sure that my warm-up is solid, because your warm-up is how you set the tone for your work day, for your training. So you want to go into it, at least I want to go into it very well prepared, very well lubricated, very well just agile, and everything warmed up before I even go in there into the circle. Really not the best sprinter at all, wow. But, you know, I still do the work. Alright, I'm gonna let the video do more talking the rest of the time. But right now I'm just starting off in the circle with some drills. And I'm using a tool that I kind of just made on the fly. I always kind of have to make tools on the fly since I'm a nomadic athlete, which is pretty fun. It's very fun to be creative in that way and use my resources I have. But what I'm using right now is a 1 kilogram ball, and I created the handle myself on it using duct tape. I wanted the weight of it to be a little bit more outside of my body. And Matthew, my technical advisor, and I spoke about it, and I'm not supposed to be using this pad. I'm supposed to be using a longer type of tool that I've made before. I just couldn't find the resources for that, but I needed to do these type of drills in my training, so this is the closest thing I can make to it. Also, shout out to Matthew. Today is his birthday. If you don't know, part of my story is that I do have an amazing technical advisor who is passionate about this sport so much that he's able to put his passion into understanding and giving me guidance, support, and technical advice that I can use to better myself in my career. So this is awesome. Today is actually his birthday, and we have been miles apart on this journey for now the majority of the journey than we have ever been before. So he actually is in Australia at the moment. Thankfully, he's able to celebrate his birthday the best way that he can. And then, yeah, in my throws of my plate, I'm throwing some 0.9 kg discus, so it's lighter than the actual competition weight. What we're trying to get out of this is getting something to fly far as it possibly can. I really got to get it out there in practice for it to start to make sense though. So that's one thing that I'm like aware of as a challenge in my training right now. It's actually trying to get the marks and everything correct and as intentional as possible, because it is about precision at this stage. And that concludes my throwing session for today. After throwing, I just did some bounding, just 6x6. And you know what? One thing I really admire and love about getting to experience other places is, like, for instance, France. Like, you hear the church bells behind me. It's like that all the time, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, just to hear the sounds of life in different places. I consider today being a day that I close out of work early. It is around 6 p.m. right now, and I'm already headed home. So I'm glad I'm closing out early because I have a special event this evening. There's really some moments like where I realize how much that has to be sacrificed in order to accomplish such a big dream, such a big goal. As you can hear in the background, there's like graduation music playing, and it's actually my sister's graduation commencement ceremony. So one of them graduates today, May 10th, and then the next one, the younger one, graduates on May 17th, and I won't get to be at any of their graduations. So that just kind of hurts, like, inside. Like, it's a moment like I wish I could be present for, but you know, life being life, things happen that way. You don't get to be at every milestone, but that makes you cherish more the ones that you do get to be at. That's how I feel anyways. So I'm here on the boat in France, and I'm watching the commencement, which is over there on the counter, and then going through my track stuff over here, editing my videos from training. I'm trying to get this sorted out. No, yeah, but I hope I could see her when she walks in. I really hope I can see her when she walks in. Oh, all the presidents, not the presidents, the professors are up there. That's awesome.
Well, good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon to you too. Okay.
We're already starting the applause. All right.
Yeah.
My name is.
All right. So yeah, I'm still gonna enjoy the moment. Just from over 1,000 miles away.
My name is Dr. Lionel Vela. I am the division chief.
Hermione Yamyo Money.
Yeah! That's my sister! Put some respect on her name! Big Doctor! Big Doctor! Big Doctor! Yeah! Big Doctor! Period!
Dr. Fabian
Yay!
Polka.
That's so awesome. She's a doctor. She's officially a doctor. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I grew up with this girl. Woo. Yeah, she liked to read those books. Can't lie to you. She met her AR reading goal every time. Commended performance on all those state mandatory exams. So
Dr. Joshua Matthew
this is
Nyan.
just about right. I wish I could be there. I really wish I could be there. Oh well. C'est la vie.